fire from the belly, from the soul, so to speak. So that's why I gotta go to heaven because I already went through hell. Believe that. So yeah. But not to make light of anything, man. It was just tough, really, really tough experience, and I wouldn't wish that on my worst enemy. Cancer is nothing to play with.
And
But
caregivers ask questions because
mm,
sometimes, even though they're your loved ones, they're not thinking about what questions to ask because they're just thinking about breathing.
basically, yes,
So
and that's
remember,
and
like,
that's
ask
even
questions.
and that's even difficult. That's even difficult because you have to monitor your breaths. You gotta, because you don't know if it's gonna be your last breath or your second to your last breath or your third to your last breath. You don't know any of that. You don't know if you're gonna go to sleep, you're gonna wake up again. You don't know any of that. So
So
that,
because they're just focused on life, you have to be the mouthpiece for them. So
yeah,
remember that at the end of the day, your goal is to ask the questions that they may talk to you about.
mm-hmm.
You write down everything and you really monitor everything. If they ate, you monitor that. If they didn't eat, you monitor that. If they went to the bathroom, you monitor it.
And it all
So,
hurts. So just one thing about it, bear with them.
hmm
Bear with them. You know what they're going through is something that they didn't want. They wouldn't wish that on you. So just it's tough to explain. It's kind of hard to explain because it's easy to see the end result. And I know I'm blessed, and I know for sure I'm blessed because I God has restored me to the point to where I can do everything that I've done before, and then too with missing pieces. You know what I'm saying? Partial pieces and stuff like that. So it's not, it's still with conditions that was supposed to take me out. But like I know, you got to have compassion for people. You got to really have an understanding, an understanding spirit. They don't, if they can get up from that bed and walk and do things, the simplest thing like use the restroom for themselves. Um, I had a urinal, I had a catheter, I had all that stuff. I had drain tubes, you know, all that stuff. So I know, how I felt, and they're appreciative, even though they may not seem like it. They're just irritated. They don't know. They got to just express themselves. So just bear it with them, and just have a heart and have some compassion.